Actually, this is being streamed online on YouTube now, okay?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I'm reaching Irene to know when she's going to join the class.
Sorry, Kenny?
I'm reaching Irene to know when she's going to join the class now. I'm reaching out to Irene.
Huh?
I'm reaching out to Irene to see when she's going to join the class right now.
Okay, okay.
Sure.
Hi, Shifa.
Hi, Harini. How are you?
Hello, Shifa.
Can you hear me?
I'm very well. Are you too?
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Ah, okay. How
How
are
are
you?
you too?
Mhm.
I'm fine. Are you too?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Can we start the class?
Yes, we can.
Okay. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, I can see your screen.
So I opened the conditional statements.
Yes.
So last class we completed conditional statements. So did you get chance to go through the Python file which I uploaded in the Google Drive?
Yes. I did. I've not opened everything, but I've gone through the getting started, the one you explained earlier. So I went through that one, and I've also done some of the assignments as well.
Okay, that's good. So the basic assignment, the basic programming one, right? Which I told you to do it.
Yes, I'm still on number 5 also.
Ah, okay, that's good.
I've submitted the theoretical parts. I sent it to your mail already.
Ah, okay, because I could not get chance to check the email because now I'll check it after the class. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So let us continue with our class. So we completed the nested if statements, the conditional statements, right? So the basic if else statement, and then we continue with the nested if, and then how to write simple, like instead of writing if else every time, I can just reduce way of doing it. So just giving a list, and then so we understood how to use the operator like a percentage with the if statement, and continued like how to calculate, how to know the prime, like odd number and even number, right? So
Yes.
next we are going to practice on loops. So have you heard about loops? So how it works? So what are loops basically?
Loops, okay. I can say loops are, it's a way of, it is when we have maybe variables or strings that are interwoven into each other.
Okay. So in programming language, loops are nothing but in order to repeat something. Say for example, I want to repetitively do some task. So I can do some write some programming within the loop, and then I can repeat it as many times as much I want. So that is
It's
the
possible. Okay.
yeah. So that is the use of loop, importance of loop in any language, any programming language. Okay. So for example, we have different type of loops. In Python, we have for loop and while loop, and we are just going to use for loop and while loop at this moment. And I'm going to teach you both the practical way how to do it. So in both for loop as well as while loop. So the syntax for that is, you can see here the syntax in the third line.
Yes.
So for is the keyword. So for and the variable, I need to give the variable name, anything, any variable name. And I need to specify in X. So X is my list here. So X I have specified 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. I want to keep on doing something, or I want to just repetitively extract the data and print it. So in order to print, I'm just printing the value of the list.
Okay.
Okay. So just I use for variable name and in X. So the var stores the list value. Okay. So now the for var in X means, so the whatever the X value will be stored in var, and then you are printing var each time. So var in X means, so it continues to loop, execute this loop until the X is going to achieve the end of the end value. So the start and end. So the when I'm giving var in X, so it takes the X as first first value will be stored in var, and then it prints. So again, the loop will continue until the X is going to end. Okay, until 10. So that is how the loop works. Okay. Because I did not execute the first statement. So this is how for loop works.
Okay.
This is in this case, I've taken X as list, and it's an integer type, right?
Yes.
Integer type. So next example tells that how to use the string, how to traverse. So I want to traverse through the string. So for letter in Python, so I'm taking the Python as a string, and then I'm printing each letter. So it repeats until this loop ends until n. Okay, and there is a space also. You can see that there is an extra space in this string. So it's going to repeat that space also. So if I don't want, I can just give it like this. So it prints until Python. So it just traverses through your string and prints each letter. So that is the example of string, using the string in for loop.
Yes.
So same way, I can give the list of fruits. I'm using fruits, and then I can give the list. Within the list, I can specify my own list of fruits and then traverse my fruit. What are the list of fruits have in my list? Okay, so that is one more example. And I can even take the list as an example. List, I'm constructing a list here with a range of 10. So with a range of 10 means it will be having of 10 values, integer values. Okay, so it will be having 10 integer values. It can take 0, 1, 2, 3 until 9. Okay, so this is about the range. I want to show you how the range works. So then we can use this range the same way here in for loop. So for example, I have used the range for I in range 10. That means I am continuously repeating, just I am printing whatever the string within the print statement for 10 times. Okay, so you can see my name is
Your name.
10 times. Yeah, so that is how you can use range function as well in the for loop. And say I can give range with 0 to 20 and 2 steps. So with the increment of 2, it creates a range, 20 numbers. Okay. So then this is how the range with a step of 2 I can create. For example, I can create a string like this. Any name of the string with the OB. I've created OB equal to Python, and then I'm traversing through this string, just giving within the range function. I can give the length of this string. Okay. Instead of giving directly for I in OB. Okay, instead of giving like this, given range function. Within that range, I'm using len function, len of OB. So it's going to take 6 as a value. So it repeats 6 times. So this loop will be repeated 6 times. So that is how you can use length function inside the range. Okay. Any doubt? Any?
Oh, well, I'm still learning.
Okay, good. Okay, so next, same way I can I'm storing the characters in the list with the names. So the name of the list I've given as names, and I'm storing ABC. So I'm giving range 1, 2, 3. So it repeats 1, 2, 3 means, so because I'm giving range 1, 2, 3, so it avoids the value 0 here. Can you see?
Yes.
It's printing only the B and C because I'm not giving 0 here. If I give 0, so then it prints all the values from, because the index starts with 0 for any list or set or dictionary. The index will start with 0. Okay, so that is about the range function you can use. So even you can use same way for the length of fruits. I have given the fruits list. So instead of for fruits in fruits, I can specify length of fruits. Okay, and then I can so the range 1 to len fruits. So the maximum it takes from index 1 to length of fruits. So then I'm printing the value. Len fruits.
I want to ask a question.
Mhm.
Is there any reason that when you type a particular string or you give a command and you try to run it and it doesn't run? Is that something wrong, or is it because it is wrong?
Where? What is the, no, I did not get you.
Okay, sometimes what I'm trying to say is that, is there any reason when you want to run a particular string or a command and it doesn't run? Is it because the what I
No,
wrote?
because, okay, here in this case, it did not run because I did not execute this line. So it doesn't know what is fruits, right? It doesn't know the variable.
Okay.
So I did not run that. Without running that, I gave len of fruits. So it doesn't know the fruits variable now. Now it knows because I executed this 11th line, right? So 11, because you have to execute first depending on your sequence of statements. Okay, first you have to declare. So what is the rule for any programming language to write a program? So how to write a program? What is the rule actually, Harini?
To execute a particular code or data, set of data.
So what it is, first you have to specify the variable, right? You have to write.
Yes, you have to give some variable.
Yeah, the variable has to define.
Yes.
Like say for example, I have a program, right? So first the variable declaration. Say for example, in any programming language, the variable should be declared first, right? Whether it's integer
Yes.
or float or something. So whatever you want to declare, you have to declare the variable. This is a declaration statement, right?
Okay.
You can see
That's
what
it.
I'm writing. Can you see what I'm writing?
Yeah. No.
You're not able to see. Just a minute.
So it is as good as if you don't run the variables, it's not going to recognize it, and one will not be able to execute it, right?
Yeah. So first the variable has to be declared, and then you have
Yes.
to define the variable. Okay. And then you have to
Yes.
write a program to use that variables. So whether you are using in a function or in a if statement or in for loop statement, so where you want to use it. So what is the manipulation you want to do it. So that one you have to write it accordingly. Okay. So you can see now what did I write? Or still you're not able to see.
Integer A.
So this is a declaration.
Integer A.
Yeah, in
Yes.
declaration statement. So then you're defining the value, right? This is a definition.
Yes.
So you're initializing the value, and then you have to use this value whether in if statement, say if, right? If a
Yes.
less than 10 or a greater than 10. So this is you are checking some condition. So this is the way you write a program. So this is a simple way. If you're using function, then you have to declare your function like def and then the name of the function. Okay, I'll come to that next. So that's why first it's a declaration is important. It has to understand what is the variable you are using, and then accordingly you have to write, then you have to execute that statement, then you have to print the statement, right? So directly you cannot print the variable value, right? So that's why it was giving me in my notepad, because I never initialized my fruits value, whatever the list I had. So I need to initialize my list first and then execute it and then print it, right? Print that list, right? Okay. You can see the screen now, or I need to share again. You can see, right? My loops, I'm using the loop.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay, good.
Yes. Yes, for Python names and everything.
Okay, that's good. So next we will learn something about, okay, for loop we learned, and then we learn about while loop. Okay, while loop, how the while loop works. Same way, but the syntax is different. Okay, so I need to initialize first the variable. So say, for example, I've given count equal to 0. Okay, so then because I cannot use, like in for, I used to give for variable name in range or in the list. I need to use that. So, but here the syntax is, first you have to initialize the value for the variable. Then you use that variable while count less than 9. So you keep on printing the value of count and you're incrementing the count by 1. Okay. And this is very important. You call it as indent. Like in Python, the indentation is very important. So when I run this, it gives error. See, expected an indented block. That means whenever you write for loop or while loop, there should be a indent. That means one tab. It should be, when I give like this, the while loop is executing if this value satisfied, count is less than 0, it executes these two statements. So these two statements will be executed. Okay. If this condition is true, if the count is less than 9, based on your indentation, whatever you give, it executes accordingly. So since I have given one indent here, so these two statements is valid for this while statement. That means these two statements will be executed for this while statement. And since the indent for print goodbye is not in the one more tab, right? So this will be executed after finishing the while loop, after completing the while loop. Okay, this one you have to understand. Did you get it, Arini?
Yeah, I get it a bit. Do you want to explain one more time? I don't mind.
Okay. See, because in any programming, right?
Yes, I don't mind if you can explain it one more time.
Yeah, I'm explaining one more time now. Yeah. Okay, in any programming language, I'm writing something. Can you see?
Yes.
Okay, I've written 2 brackets. You can see, right?
Yes.
Okay, in Java or in C or any other programming language, right? So what we do,
Yes.
when some statement if I give, if statement and condition if I give, I need to open a bracket and close the bracket. If this condition satisfy,
Yes.
I'm printing, I'm doing some manipulations here, some statements with printf or doing some multiplication. I'm multiplying 2 variables or something, some manipulation I'm doing. So this is an indentation in Java. Okay. In Python, we don't have bracket indentation. It doesn't take as a bracket. So when I give while loop, some condition, okay, while loop and condition here something. So the indentation will be a tab. So if I give the first tab and print, that means this print statement will be valid for this while statement. That means if the while statement is true, okay, if this condition satisfies, if count less than 9, so it prints the count value and then the count will be incremented by 1. So these 2 statements will be executed when this condition is true. That is the That is the use of indentation in this Python. So it's very important in Python to know about indentation. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So that is my objective, to understand you about the indentation. So see, for example, I
Yes.
just mentioned you like this. I given you like this, right? So it gave me error,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
the print statement, at least one statement should be having indentation. It's a must. Okay.
Yes.
See, and if I, since I'm not at all, it's an infinite loop now, because count is not at all incremented, right? I
Okay.
did not increment count, just I'm printing count is zero. It's keep on repeating the loop infinite time. You know what is infinite? There is no limit.
Yes.
So
Limits.
it keep on repeating. So there should be, for some limit, for some maximum time, I need to repeat the loop. Okay, then you have to. I think it had, because I gave okay, because it went to infinite loop.
Okay.
So it gave a problem. Okay, I need to open a new patch.
Yeah, exactly what is happening to me that was explaining. No, in the inputs, yeah, there's a star there. Doesn't allow me to execute.
Which one?
No, exactly what happened to you now. If you check the input on the left-hand side,
Uh-huh.
no, on the left-hand side in this box, in that row, the input in the bracket says star, like a star. It's like it's an error. The input.
Include here?
Yes, exactly.
That
That's
means
what I'm having.
because it's error, because I think it's hand now. Because I wanted to show you how this program works, right?
Yeah.
Because I did not execute count is not incremented, so it hanged, the program itself hanged, because it's infinite loop. It went to the infinite loop because either I did not quit the loop or exit the loop, right? So that's why the Python or any programming language, it behaves the same way, like this. Or you have to catch this with the exception handling. There is some exception handling to do that. Okay. Since I did not catch that error in my program, sure, the program will hang. So now the program is hang now, because I wanted to show you how this works. Okay. So I need to open a new pad and then run my program. Okay. So, but you understood
That's the
how it.
problem I was having.
Okay. So which program you executed? Which program you had this problem? You told you had a problem, right? For which one? For the input function?
Yes, I'm having that problem. So
For input
I was
function?
thinking what went wrong.
Maybe you entered for the input function, is it?
Yeah, I was trying to run the, what is it called? Which number is that again? I was trying to do one of the commands they gave me. I think it is the radius, to find the area of a circle.
Okay.
Yes. So while trying to put in the strings and the float, that's when I had the issue. Maybe one of the commands there is not correct and I couldn't execute.
Maybe it went to same like infinite loop, or it did not execute properly, or you did not
Yeah.
initialize. So the value, something happened. So that time it hangs. Okay. So that
Yes.
time star like this. Yeah.
And there's no way we can delete that row, right?
You can delete, but you copy this code and then delete it if you want to do it. Copy
Okay,
this.
but I won't be able to use it again, except I open another file.
Yeah, deleted. See, deleted.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Okay, you can delete it. Yeah, and then I can execute it again one more time. Let me see whether it executes now.
Okay.
No, it's
It's
not.
not. It's not.
Yeah, so I think I need to open a new
Another one, exactly.
yeah. Yeah. Now it
Okay.
executed.
I now understand now.
Oh, yeah, because that is how it maybe in the normal behavior of Jupyter Notebook. Yeah, so
Mm,
that is how it works. Okay.
okay, okay.
So next we go to the nested loops. So nested loops is nothing but a loop inside a loop. Okay, nested means a loop inside a loop. I can use two loop. Here I am using one with a variable called I and the other with a variable J. Okay, and again the indentation is very important. Okay, for this for the outer for loop. So it is going to print me this print statement, first statement, and then for the second for loop, I'm going to print these two statements. I'm multiplying I times j and then storing in k and then printing in a format of table. Okay. So this is the table. I'm just printing the table from 2 to 4. That means
Okay.
it takes 2 and 3 tables. So I'm just printing the table, the mathematical table, mathematics table.
Yes.
So what I'm just okay doing here is, so first I'm using for I in range 2 to 4. That means the outer loop will be repeated 2 times. The first value for I will be 2 and the second time when it comes it will be 3. Okay.
Okay.
And fourth time when it comes it doesn't execute because 4 in 4 is not equal, like it executes only 2 times. Okay, so less than or equal to you cannot check because the range function works the maximum minus 1. Okay, so 2 and 3 it executes.
Okay.
And then I'm printing the I value, the table of 2. Okay, so the table of 2, I'm printing the table of 2. So j in range, so the j in range I need to give 1 to 11 because the 11 will be the maximum of minus 1. So it executes the maximum index minus 1. So I'm just giving the range and
Fine.
1. Yeah. So the inner loop will be executed 10 times. Okay.
Yes.
Prints
Okay.
k equal to, what is k here? K is nothing but your multiplier
Times J.
I and j. So I will be 2 and first time j will be 1. Okay. So you understood how it works, or do you want me to show in writing way? So first 2, I will be 2 and j will be 1. So my format will be 2. This is my format, print format, right? Can you see my print format here? Print,
Yes.
giving 2
Yes. Yes.
flower bracket and multiplication symbol. This is X actually, the capital letter. And then I'm giving, you can print anything in the string. Okay, so this is the second format. And I'm giving the output as K. Output, whatever the K value. Okay, so
Okay.
then the 2 multiplied by 2, 2 multiplied by 1. So this loop will be keep on executing the inner loop. So inner loop, the second time j value will be 2. I value will be 2 always. For I value 2, j will be keep on repeating 1, 2, 3, 4 until 10. Okay. So that's why you can see the table printed here is for multiplication of table, 2 table it will be printed. And again, you're ending the inner loop. So it prints that statement and then it goes to execute I in 3. So I becomes x value 3. So then the table value 3 will be printed. Okay, you got it?
Yes.
Okay. So same way I can use what is this? Same example. While example, while we printed all this, right? So this is the same example, and then okay, next we go with break statement. What is break statement inside the loop? So break is nothing but if you want to for example, you want to chuck some value within the for loop and then come out of the for loop. Then I use break. Okay. For example, what I'm doing here. So break means it completely come out of the loop. If that particular condition is satisfied, I'm giving the letter equal to h. So for letter in Python, letter equal to h, I'm using break. That means it comes out of the loop. Okay. After it prints, for example, for letter in Python, so first it comes and check this statement. Letter equal to h for the first time? No. Right? For the first time, letter equal to h? No. So it comes and prints. It takes the indentation. Indentation for this is what? If this particular statement is not valid, it comes and prints the current letter is P. Did you understand the indentation here?
Yes.
So if indentation and print current letter has the same indentation, that means
Yes.
if this particular statement doesn't execute, if it is not valid, then this print will be executed. So it prints the current letter P, and again the loop will be repetitive. It comes for letter in Y. It takes the next letter as Y. It checks this statement. It is not valid. Again, the current letter will be Y. And then it goes on repeating. It checks for T. And then again, the current letter, it prints the current letter as T. When it comes to H, so when it comes to H, the letter equal to H. Yes, the letter is H now. It comes out of the loop. So it breaks the loop and it prints the goodbye statement. Did you understand?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So this is how it works. The break is for any condition. You can give some condition within the for loop and then use break. So break means if that condition satisfied, then it comes out. The loop, you want to break the loop, right? So then you can use break statement. Okay. Same way I can use in while statement as well. While loop. While loop, I can use with while loop the break. So the break means if var equal to 5, when the var becomes 5, so the loop is breaking. So I'm giving the var, I'm initializing the var value as 10, and then I'm checking the var is greater than 0. Yes, it's greater than 0. So it prints the current value of var as 10, and then I'm decrementing by 1 the value, and then checking here the var value is 5. So no, first time it doesn't it's not a valid. So it prints the value until it is valid. It's going and printing all the current variable value, and then if it is the value is 5, it's coming out of the loop, while loop, and then it's printing goodbye. Okay, so that is about the break in while loop. And same way, in the opposite to break, we can use continue. So continue is nothing but you want to continue the loop. Okay. So for example, it's similar to your normal loop in this normal execution of loop, how it works for loop. For letter in Python, I'm giving if letter equal to h, so the syntax is colon continue. So that means if h is there, if h, the letter comes as h, when you traverse the string, then you are continuing it. Okay, then it prints the last statement, that's goodbye. Okay, that is about continue and break statement in the for and while loop. Same way we can use pass also. Instead of continue, I can use pass. Okay, pass is nothing but again it continues the loop.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, that's it. That's it about the nested loops and the loop. And then we continue about some of the, just a minute, I'm opening the Python script. This is some example on a list. Okay, so the list, if I want to combine two lists, or if I want to, okay, if I want to combine means I want to join the two lists. How can I join the two lists? Or join the two sets. I can join the two sets as well. This is a sets example. Okay, so what I am doing here, I am taking the two data structure and then I am assigning the set value for those. It's a list of cars. Okay, list of cars. Auto survey. Auto survey is the name of the sets. So I'm just storing the set value and this is cars. Okay, set of, I'm storing within the list. So you can see the bracket, the square bracket means it's a list, right? So I'm storing the set, the list inside the set. Okay, so then I'm printing the auto survey. So the auto survey set, I'm using one more set name called auto survey set, and I'm storing some more car names. So how can I concatenate? How can I concatenate these two? Concatenate means I'm merging these two sets. I want to merge it or I want to combine it. Okay. How will I do it? So we have an operator called as this parallel one pipeline like this. Okay. You have to use this one. Can you see this purple line?
Yes.
Purple vertical line. Okay, so we are going to, when I'm using this, it combines two sets. It combines two sets. It gives me this value. So this is what it gives. So it when it combines, whatever the duplicate, there will not be duplicates. It just takes a unique value. You can see. So here, like there was a BMW, there was repeating BMWs, right? In set 1,
Yes.
2, and even GM. So it just deletes the duplicate values because a set is always a unique. I told you, right? It's a unique, always it creates a unique list. Do you remember?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So next, so this is the pipe, like this is a vertical line. We will use this for combining the two sets. Same way, I can use, if I want to retrieve common data from both the sets. So ampersand symbol I need to use, and, okay, one and. So I'm using and operator to retrieve the common data from the two data sets. Okay, so this retrieves me. So let me execute this first and then execute this one. Okay, so it gives me common data, whichever is common here in both the set. So the common is, which is common? You can see Ferrari, right? Ferrari.
Yes, Ferrari,
GM and Toyota. Right?
Toyota.
Yeah. So these are the three common, and Ferrari, GM, Toyota, and BMW. Okay. So it gives the common data between the two sets. Okay. That is about the list. Okay. These are the examples like how to add the two tuples. Adding two tuples, you can use just I'm just storing the test score 1, test score 2 in two tuples, and then I'm just adding both the test scores. Okay, so this is just you can go through this list. Everything I added in the Google Drive, right? You can see the all these files, right? So you can practice.
Okay. Okay. I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. So I'll take the next example.
Okay.
Okay, that's about the loops and nested loops, if condition, and everything. So next we are going to start numpy. Okay. So can you see my PDF which I opened, or
Yes, I can see.
you can see, right?
I can see.
Okay, there is some quiz for you. Okay, just
Okay.
can you see? Okay. So the first question
Yes, I
is,
can see.
yeah, what is the data type of the object x equal to 3 star 7.5? So what is the data type of this? Can you guess?
It's, yeah, it's a combination of integer and float to me.
So it's a float. No.
Yes.
When you multiply any integer with a float, so the x,
The float.
whatever the resultant value will be float. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Next question. Which of the data structure can be modified? Select all that apply. So what are the data structure you can modify?
Mm.
I told you, write something in the first class. Some data structure, only one data structure is a read only. Except one, there is all the other can be modified. Which are they?
Mm. List
Yeah.
and tuple.
Tuple cannot be modified. I told you it's a read only, right? You cannot modify like adding or multiplying, or you cannot modify the list. It's a read only, right? So it is B, C, D, because the dictionary also I can modify. Set is also can be modified.
Okay.
Let me see.
Okay.
Let us see the example. Yeah. So the correct answer is B, C, D, because tuples are read only. You can just initialize the tuple and you cannot manipulate. You cannot, if you give some value to the tuple is just, you can read only. Okay. But you can
Okay.
retrieve the value and you cannot modify it. You cannot add something for the index 1. You already have in index 2 as a value. If I want to modify the index 1 as 3, you cannot do it. Okay? It's not
Yes.
possible. Next, what will be the output of the following code?
Mm.
So the Sumit venue is a list. It is having these values: NYC, LA, Miami, London, Madrid, and Paris. So what is the value of 3 colon minus 1? What it gives? So there
It's going to be London and Madrid.
yeah. So minus 1 means it takes the previous value of minus 1, right? So 3 is nothing but 0, 1, 2, 3. London it starts and then it takes Madrid. Yeah, that's correct answer.
Yes.
Which of the following data structure is preferred to contain a unique collection of values? Which one? Unique collection. Just now you
The
saw
set.
example, right? Yeah, set, correct. Okay, next one. So that is about the basic programming in Python. Okay. Next
Python.
one, we
Okay.
go to numpy. So
Okay.
what is a numpy? What is the use of numpy? Okay, numpy is very useful when you are doing some manipulation on the data structure. Okay, say for example, you have a data structure with the set some value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, set 1 and set 2 with value 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, something like that. Okay. So if I want to do some manipulation like set 1 multiply the set 1 with the set 2, I cannot do without using numpy. Okay. In order to manipulate, did you understand what did I tell just now?
Yes. Said is useful for manipulation in data structures.
Yeah. Say for example, set 1 contains 2, 4, 6, 8, something like this. Okay. You can see what I'm writing.
Yes.
Okay. So set 2, your set 2 contains something 6, 1, 4, and 7. Okay. For example, I want to do set 1 multiply operator. I am using star with set 2.
Okay.
I want to, this means what? I'm multiplying and storing in set, for example. So this is not possible directly. If I use this, sure I'm going to get an error. Okay. So I can go and go to the Jupyter notebook and execute this statement. Okay. You can see my screen, right? Jupyter notebook I opened.
Yes.
Okay. So I can do here itself. Okay. Say for example, I have 2 sets here, right?
Yes.
Or 2 tuples here. Okay. I will take something here as list equal to list 1 equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. List 2 equal to 4, 5, 6, 7. So when I do list 1 divide by list 2,
Okay.
multiplication list 2. I cannot do this.
Yes.
Let us see. Cannot multiply sequence by non-int of type list. Okay. So this is not possible with normal operations. You cannot do this.
Okay.
Okay. So in order to manipulate the data structure, we are going to use numpy.
Okay.
And in order to store some arrays, array, you know what is array? Array means it's a single dimension array means what? It's something like a list itself.
Yeah.
Like the single dimension array means it contains 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you able to view my PDF file?
Yes. You said, do I have PDF file?
Yeah, I'm showing the PDF now, right?
No, I can't see. Yeah, I can see. Yes, I can see what you are writing.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so this is a single dimension array. It looks like a list, normal list. Okay?
Yes.
If it is a double dimension, that means it will be like this. Something 2 rows,
Okay.
comma 2 rows you will have, and the records will be like this. Say for example, I've given 1, 4, 2, 3.
Okay.
So this is a double dimension.
Okay.
Two dimension, and it is the shape of this or the size of this is 2 cross 2. So this 1 cross 1. That means 1 cross 4. That means it contains 1 row and 4 columns. This is columns.
Yes.
So 2 cross 2 means it contains 2 rows and 2 columns. Okay.
Okay.
That is 2 dimension. So this is 1 comma 4. So 1 comma 4 means it contains first row, 1 row and 4 columns. Okay. So
Okay.
that is the meaning of arrays. So
Okay.
and even I can use the numpy for linear algebra functions. Some of the functions for linear algebra like and even square root, okay, something square root, cos, you have like mathematical functions, cos, tan,
Sun and sun.
yeah, so those things, sine theta, with the, you know this, right, cos function.
Cos, tan and sine. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the angle, right? So again,
Yes.
tan. And all these operations using, you want to use it, and the square root.
Okay.
So you can perform some of the functions using numpy, this one, okay?
Okay.
The linear algebra function as
Okay.
well. Okay, next is, so for example, we know what is a list. List contains, for example, in this example, there is a 2 list called distance and time. So distance is a collection of value. I've given 4 values, integer values, and time is with float, 4 float values. Okay, it can store heterogeneous, multiple types of values. You can store multiple type of values. Okay, you can add, remove, or update these values. You know, right, how to do it. We discussed in the first class.
Yes.
We can add, modify, we can update, we can
Delete, to remove.
we can sort, yeah. So those things. And what is the limitation of list? See, for example, if I want to calculate the speed value, the distance versus distance by time. Distance by time is speed. I cannot do this mathematical operate. It's not supported. So it doesn't support the mathematical operation over the entire distance and time list, because the normal operation like multiple operator or the division, okay, or percentage, I cannot do between the 2 lists. So it's not possible. So that is the reason we used to use, like, it's the importance of numpy. Why we need to use numpy? Numerical Python supports multi-dimensional array over which you can easily apply mathematical operations. Okay, so
Okay.
you have to import. I was telling that in order to import a library, so you have to use a statement or the keyword called import. What library you need to import as name. You are using numpy. Numpy I want to import as np. So np is a name of the numpy. I'm giving the name as np. Okay, np contains some of the functions. So like some of the functions, I want to use those functions in order to manipulate my list. Okay, so that is the use of importing. I'm importing the library numpy. Okay, so then, and I'm just passing these list values to the array of numpy. So I told you array means it stores as a single dimension. This is a single dimension array I'm passing because it's a 1 row, right?
Yes.
It's a 1 row. So, and then same way I'm creating a one more array using the numpy. So just passing the time as a object, the list object I'm passing. So then I'm manipulating distance by time. So this is what it gives me. The speed value will be this one. You can see the value. It's printed here.
Yes.
We will do the example later on. So let me continue with my slides and then we will do the example. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So you can read this. What is the use of numpy? There are several importance of numpy. So NumPy is used for fast and efficient for multiple dimension array in order to manipulate on something on dimension array. Use it. Okay, I want to add or delete, add using operators, multiplication, division, or anything. To perform linear algebraic operations, okay, and some random number generation. Even I have some random functions. I can use random function and then generate some random numbers, okay, and then execute something I want to read and write array, something related to arrays. If I want to modify the array, or if I want to reverse the array, if I want to transform the array, so those kind of functionality it provides. Okay.
Okay.
An efficient way of storing data and manipulating the data. So it's a very useful for storing the data and manipulating the data, and it can be integrated, yeah, and it can be integrated with other languages like C language and C++ language as well. So that is the use of NumPy.
Okay. Okay.
So what are the properties it has? Like it give like the properties are the collection of values. So we can collect, like we can store some values in the form of collection. Like you can collect the values and store it in a single dimension array, double dimension array, or multi-dimension array, something like that. Okay. And add, remove, you can do add, addition, removing, manipulation, everything with the ND array. It's called as ND array. ND array provides all these functionalities, all these properties. Okay. And mathematical functional support, multi-dimensional, the same as the importance, what we want, some importance. And the purpose of ND array, what is the purpose of ND array? So I already told you it provides some functionality like single dimension, double dimension, and multi-dimension. So one dimension, 2 dimension, and 3 dimension. It can store all the dimension of array, or all the dimension of elements. So ND array is Python. In Python is used as a primary container to exchange data between algorithm. So you write algorithm, say for example, sorting. Sorting is an algorithm. You want to sort the data. I can write something, and that one is possible by using ND array. You can write a program with different algorithm. One to sort, one to add, one to reverse, one to transform from x-axis to y-axis, or something like that. Okay. So that is the use of ND array. Okay. So this one we already saw this example, right? So
yes.
Can you tell me that there is a bug in this? There is something syntax error. So what is the usual way of writing a program? What should be the first syntax, first statement? So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? There is something, the sequence is not good. So which statement should we go first, and which statement should go second, and which statement should go third? Can you identify where is the error?
The first one that should go is number 3, import.
Yeah, correct. So next.
And the next one is to describe the lists or the variables.
Okay, that is the
That's
first
number one,
right? 3, 1.
Yes.
And then?
Yes. And
2.
And also,
yeah. Sorry.
And number 2, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And the last one is number 4.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is wrong. So it should be the other way, right? So 2 and 1 should come like this. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't matter. So whether right second or 1, second and 1 can be interchanged, right? Because
yes,
understand, because the np.array I'm using only in the third line, right? Third line of
yes,
the Jupyter notebook. So either I can write 2 and 1 can be interchanged anyway. It doesn't matter. The 2 and 1 here.
Okay.
Output. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. Okay. So I told you the type of arrays. So the type of arrays are 1-dimensional array, 2-dimensional array, and 3-dimensional array.
More question. Yeah.
Yeah. So the array here, I'm using only one axis. So it's an x-axis. Only it has rows, right? One row, single row.
Yes.
It's having x-axis. And the length of the array is 3. It contains 3 elements, right?
Yes.
So it contains 3 elements. The 2-dimension array is, it contains 2 rows and each row is having 3 elements, right?
Yes.
So it is 2 cross 3. That means it is a 3 column, each 3 column and 2 rows. So you can write it 2 cross 3. Okay. The size of the
Okay.
array here is 2 cross 3. So it is having x-axis and y-axis. So how to identify each element? How can I identify each element? The first element 0 is, it contains 0 means 0th index. So when you consider in Python, the index will be 0. It starts from 0, 1 like that, right? So now the 0, 0, 0, 0 means 0, comma 0 means it's the first element of the array. That is 0.
Yes. Yes.
0, comma 1 means it is the second element of the array. That is 1. 0, comma 2 means it is 2. Same way, the second row will be identified as 1. 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. Okay. So that is how you identify each element. Same way, you have 3-dimensional array. So the 3-dimensional array can be represented by 3 cross 3 cross 3. That means it contains 3 rows, each with 3 elements. That means 3 rows inside that 3 cross 3. Did you understand?
Yes.
X, Z. Okay, it's a 3 dimension. X is containing 3. That means 3 rows. And X contains the 3 rows in each array and 3 columns in each array. So that is the meaning of 3 dimension. Okay.
Okay.
So this is about the type of array in numpy. Okay, next.
Okay.
How can I create and print the ND array? Knowledge check. Okay, this is, I think, this is little bit, you never know what is this does, right? This line space, this is a function. Okay, how many elements with the following code print? Will the following code print? So that means how many elements it does it print. So this is like, you know that the first will be 4 and the last one will be 13. Okay. So the first value of the numpy will be 4 and the last value will be 13. And you are giving with the 7, each 7 steps. There is 7, actually 7 is the number of element. It's not that, so you have to go and check this, what it does. So this particular function, so what it does is, it creates 7 maximum elements. Okay. It creates 7 maximum element with each, the starting element is 4 and then last element is 13. And with each in between, it is taking 7 steps. How can you create 7 steps out of this 4 to 13? So that's what it is doing. First one is 4. The second one is 5.5. 7. Next one is 7. Next one is 8.5. Then 10. So this is a line space it creates from the numpy. Okay. So the 7 elements it creates. The answer is 7. Okay. So starting from 4 to 13. So because this one we did not cover, I'll show you how it works in the lab. Okay.
Okay.
And then next one is, so there are some attributes in numpy. Okay. So the ND array, we saw that ND array is for the manipulations, arithmetic manipulations, and some linear algebra functions if I want to use, or some arrays if I want to use. So I'll use this ND array property from the numpy. So this ND array contains some of the attributes and classes and attributes. What are the attributes it contains? The dimensional attribute, shape attribute, size attribute, and D type. Okay. So dimension is nothing but I told you it's a two-dimensional array or single-dimensional array. It just tells me what type of array is it, whether it's a single dimension or two-dimension or three-dimension. That is the attribute. That's what the property it gives me. Okay, n dimension, nd array dot n dim. So numpy array class is an nd array. It's also referred to as numpy dot nd array. The attributes of nd array are, so these are the attributes: n dimensional, shape, size, and d type. So this refers to the number of access dimensions of the array. Is also called the rank of the array. So in terms of Python or the numpy, it's called as a rank of the array. So what is the rank? It is the dimension. It gives to be the dimension. What dimension is the array? Whether it's 2D or 3D. Okay. 2D means 2 axes, X and Y. 3 axes, X, Y, Z. Okay.
Okay.
So that is the use of n dimension. So the example of this is, so there is an array called NYC with a list. I just added the list inside the array. There is a list, the city name of the list. So the list which contains a city name. So then when I do the np underscore city n dim, it gives 1. Okay, so 1 is the dimension for the city array. Okay, the same way there is a 2-dimension array. So when I'm using that particular variable which stores the array means it contains 2 lists, like a 2-dimensional array. It contains 2-dimensional array. So that 2-dimensional array I'm storing with this variable. When I'm just retrieving the value for n dimension, it gives me 2. Okay, that is the example of n dimension. The same way shape. So you have shape. So I told you the shape means it is like 2 cross 3. So 2, 3. So that means it contains 2 rows with each of 3 columns. Okay. So that is the use of, same way here, 2 rows with 3 columns and 2 ranks. Okay. So you got it. The third dimension, what is this? So the z value will be 2, x value will be 2, and y value will be 3.
Okay.
Okay. So the size, what is example of this is, so I can use for the same numpy arrays, I'm using shape. So the first one is a single dimension array. So it gives me 4L comma nothing. That means what? It contains 4 elements, right?
Okay.
It contains 4 elements. The shape 4L, it gives me 4L.
Okay.
Same way, the second one, it gives me 2L comma 4L. That means 2L, 2 rows and 4 columns.
Okay.
Here 4L comma means it's 1. Actually, it's 1. It doesn't print 1 comma 4L. It should give me like that. But the way it in Python it states the shape as 4L comma. Okay, that is how it gives.
Okay.
Yeah. Next is size. So you know what is the size, right? So if it is an array has
Yes.
2 rows and 3 columns, it can store 6 elements, right?
Okay. Yes.
It can store 6 elements. So same way, the next one, which is having 2, 3, 2. That means it's a multiply. You multiply 2, 3, 2. That means it's 12. It can store 12 elements. So the size of the 3-dimensional array is 12. Next one is the same example for shape and the size. This is the same. Next is D type. So what is the D type? So D type is the data type of the array. Okay, it gives me the data type, what data type it's stored, the array contains. So whether the array contains integer or array contains float. So it shows me, if I given like this NP city, for example, it shows me the data type of that array is S7. Okay, yeah, what is the meaning of S7? So the maximum character for the, or the element that stores the maximum number of characters is 7. You can see here Houston. Houston is a city name and contains maximum 7 characters, right? So it stores me the data type is string with the 7-character maximum.
Okay.
And same way, the second one with the second array, which is a 2-dimension array. So you can see the data type is S7. S7 means it's a string with 7 maximum characters. Okay, that is the D type. Okay, we let us see some examples on this. We go to Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so I open my Jupyter Notebook for numpy examples. So as you know, I need to import a library numpy as np. So I'm just using np as the name for the numpy, and then I'm creating a array with array np.array, creating a single dimension array with 1. So the array contains a multiple data type. Okay, it contains multiple data type, 1, true and 3. So the data type what I've given is integer 32. So what it prints me, it has to print me all the integer values, right?
Yes.
See, it prints me. First it prints me the type of the array. Let me delete this. See, it prints me the type of the, what is the type of the array? It's a type of the array is ND array, right? You can see
Yes.
So I'm printing the value of A. Since it's the data type as integer, it has to convert. It converts whatever the value I give in the array to integer. You can see the true is converted into 1. So the false will be 0 and true will be 1. It's a Boolean value, right? You know what are Boolean, right?
Yes.
The Boolean is
Yes.
true or false. So,
True or false. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm giving true as a value. So it converts into integer as 1. So the array will be 113. So even the string value, I'm given the character here, the string as 3. So it converts this to integer as, and it stores me as integer 3. Okay. So this is a simple example of for one-dimensional array. So same way I can create two-dimensional array like this, and it creates a two-dimensional array. So what is the shape of this? It is 2 cross 3, right? The size is 6.
Yes.
Okay. Same way I can create multiple dimension. This is a 3-dimensional array. So this is a, what is this? It is a 3-dimensional array with,
Yes, the 3-dimensional array.
yeah, it's a 2-dimensional, multi-dimensional array. So it contains 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So it contains,
Yes.
so what is the size of this? What is the size of this? 4 cross 3 cross 3, right?
Yes. It's a 3-dimensional.
Yeah, it's a 3-dimension, and this contains 4 values. The 4 rows, the outer rows. I'm telling you about the, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
4. So it's represented as 4 cross 3 cross 3.
Okay.
So that is about how to bring the 3-dimensional or the
Yes.
multi-dimensional array. Same way, I can use something like this, np dot zeros. I can print all the value with zeros inside the. This is not a like, this is not useful function, but I'm just just executed this statement. So like np dot zeros. That means you are filling the zeros for the array. Okay, you're filling the zeros of the zeros to the array. So when you want to fill the zeros, you can use this. The same way I can fill ones. Like how I fill with zeros, I can fill with ones. Okay.
Okay.
When I fill with ones, it gives me 3 cross 3 with the 3 cross 3 shape. It fills all the values as 1. Okay.
Okay.
And same way I can use full. So what is the meaning of full? So what it does, so it makes a 2-dimensional array with 7 as the values inside, right? You can see printing 7, 7. That means it's having a dimension as 2 cross 2, the 2-dimensional array with 7 as the value inside. It fills the value 7. Okay. And there is one more function called I. I means it inserts only the diagonal value. You know what is diagonal value in array? Any diagonal means the center value of the array will be 1. So if I want to give np.i function, what it does, so it just adds like one, we just insert one value diagonally. So it's a 3-dimensional array for 3-dimensional array. Okay. So did you understand, or you want? It's already the output is done. It's already executed here.
The one I don't understand is the one you explained that has two-dimensional, there is a two-dimensional array that we have to put 7. So why do we have to do that? I don't understand that.
No, this is just gives some of the functionality. Like,
Okay.
I want to create
Yes, that's
two dimension and fill with 10. See, it fills the value, whatever I give.
oh, okay. I get it.
40, say for example, I've given 45 now. So it creates a two-dimension array with a 45 as a value in that. All the values will be 45.
Okay.
You understood? So that is just, it's for your requirement. It depends on your requirement, what you want to do, right? So
Okay, yes.
now I created a two-dimension array with 12 as a value. Same way I can create three-dimension array like that. I can change the dimension here. See, it creates automatically.
Okay.
That is the use of that. Okay. Instead of typing instead of typing all this, right? I've typed here several things. Or you want to have, instead of just not to type and then want to use something special way, I can just go and use this function, full function.
Okay. Okay.
And even if I want to fill some random values, right? The values with random, instead of just keep on typing the array manually, I can use some built-in function. So the built-in function generates an array with some values inside already. So it just give me that functionality. Okay. So that is the use of these functions. So, random means what it does. So random means it just adds some random value. See? You see this?
Yes.
That is the use of random.
Okay.
I will give this. It should be random dot random. That is how we have been execute this. Okay, then. So how to slice the data? So already we saw the slicing of data in list, right? And
yes.
as well. So same way I can slice the data in array also in ND using in a numpy, like numpy in the numpy array. So I am storing the array with the three-dimensional array and with 4 columns. Okay, 3 cross 4 will be the shape and the size will be 12, right? So, right, Harini? So it's a 3 cross 4, the size, shape, and
Yes.
element 12 is the size of the array. So I'm just want to slice. How will I? What is the use of this? So the first row R1, I'm storing 1 comma colon. So what is the meaning of this?
It's it's a way of slicing it because in listing, when you are slicing, you don't take the last digits, so you stop a digit before the last one. So it's a way of giving it a command of what to do on that particular row.
Yeah, correct. So what will be the output of this row? Like I'm just slicing 1. So what is the meaning of 1 here? I told the index always starts with 0, right?
Yeah.
The 1 will be the second column or the second element, right? Or the second column.
Yes, of the second element.
Second row, right? So the value will be 1 comma colon, means it gives me this value 5, 6, 7, 8, right?
Okay.
See here, you can see this. It gives me 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
And it is giving me the size of this, right? 4L. It's 4L comma 1. You saw that? What is that?
Okay.
4L comma 1. We saw that thing in the slides. That is a shape, right? It's also telling me the shape is 4L. That means it contains 4 elements, 4 columns,
Yes.
1 row and 4 columns, right?
Yes.
So it gives me it gives me the second element of your second row of your array.
Okay.
Okay, in this case, it's a second row. Okay, so same way, it's 1 colon 2 comma. So what it gives? 1 colon 2. So it's same again. So either you can specify the second row, just 1 comma colon or 1 colon 2. Both are same.
Okay.
You understand? It gives me the same.
Yes. It's still the same.
Yeah. So, but the type will be. So what is the
It's going
type
to
it will
be
1 comma 4. The shape, whatever the shape you have, right? The shape will be 1 comma 4.
okay.
Same way, you can slice the data column wise. So this is a row wise. You are slicing the data row wise. Okay. Same way I can slice the column way. So column way means the second one here, right?
Yes.
You can see the difference. How to slice the row way and the column way. There is difference. What is the difference in between these two code? So the line number 12 here, right? I executed this set of statements. I showed you the output, this one, right?
Yes.
So what did I give when I'm slicing the rows in terms of rows?
You specify it's made us the
first-
way you specified it made us to know the kind of shape it has, if it's 4 rows or column, depending on it.
Yeah. So the first element will be row always. So that's why I'm slicing accordingly the row slicing. It's called row slicing. I'm giving.
Row slicing, yes.
So the second time here I'm mentioning colon comma 1. That means it's a column wise slicing. I'm doing column wise, right?
Okay. Yes.
So what it prints, so that when I'm giving a colon comma 1 and I'm printing that particular value, so it prints me. Okay, let me print the A here so that it's easy for you to understand. Okay, so you got the original array here, right? So this is our original array. So I'm slicing column wise. So when I slice the column wise, so it gives me colon comma 1, right? What is the colon comma 1? It gives me 2, 6, 10. You understood? The first column, it's printing.
Okay.
Sorry, just a minute. Okay, so this is my array. I'm writing something. Can you see? Rainy,
Yes.
I'm
Yes, I can see.
Yeah, I'm writing the array. The array is like this. It's a 3-dimension. It's 3 cross 4, right? That is my dimension of the array.
Okay.
It's a x and y axis, 2 axes.
Yes.
9, 10, 11, and 12. So what is slicing the row wise? This is slicing the row wise. Do you understand now? So
Yes. Is this
it's
slicing row
column
or
wise.
slicing column?
Column wise.
Okay.
Sorry, column wise. So this is
Okay.
slicing the row wise. Okay, the second.
The rows, yes.
So in the second example, we saw that what did I give here? Colon, comma, 1. That means this is the second. The index starts always with 0 and the second one with 1, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
So what is 1 here? It is 2, 6, 10. Right?
Yes.
So it's printing me
Yes.
2, 6, 10. Can you see?
I've seen it.
Yeah. So it's a dimension of 3. That means it's a 3 rows.
Okay. Yes.
Right? There are 3 elements. Okay. The shape of that is 3.
Yes.
So that is the meaning of column slice. Okay.
Okay.
So same way you can go through the other things. So what it prints, like column R2. So what R2 contains? Same, like I'm giving 1 to 2. So it slices what it slices? 1 to 2. What is the meaning of that?
1. It's going to slice 1 and 2.
No, it slices 1 and 1 only. Because
Oh.
the maximum minus 1, right? Always. The second index,
Yes.
the starting in the ending index always will be minus 1. So it gives me only 1 and 1.
Okay, it's 1. Yes.
Yeah. So it gives me, if this is an array, no need to write, right? You understood.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is my array, so this is 0, 0. Zero comma 1, right? It gives me, it's giving me 2. What is the array here? Yeah. So this is the value it's giving,
Okay.
right? 2. 2 as
It's the same one. Yes.
yeah. So this is the value it gives. So same way you can try the other example as well. Okay. So you can continue like
Okay.
slicing. Yeah, it's the same like 1, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 0. So this is nothing but you're printing the array. Okay, you're printing the array with 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, and 2, 0. So that is the meaning of the way 1 here. It prints the way 1, right? You can see the way 1 output here. Can you see the way 1 output?
Okay.
So this what it?
Yes, I can see.
Yeah. So I'm slicing based on the elements. So what is the element? 0, 0. It combines 0, 0, 1, 1, and 2.
1 and 2, 0.
Yeah. So this is how it slices. So the same way I can either write the second way or the first way. So either I can
Okay.
write this way or this way. Both are same. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm writing here the second way here 0 0. I told you the 0 0 means the first element. 1 1 means it's a diagonal, right? So what is the
Yes.
element here? 0 0 means 1. It's printing 1.
Okay.
And the diagonal element will be 6. 1 1. And 2 0 will be this 9.
Okay. Sifa, can you give me like 2 minutes?
Okay, okay, sure.
Thank you. Okay, Sifa, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we were talking about the elements, how to retrieve the elements of the array, right? So this is
Yes.
0 0 and 1 1 and 2 0. So in order to retrieve the elements, I have two ways of retrieving. You can use either of these syntax to retrieve. Okay. So
Yes.
next one is something like formatting, like for arranging. So there's a function for arrange function, something like this. So
Okay.
what it does, say for example, my original array is this, contains B and A, and B is a single dimension, and A is 4-dimensional array. So it contains 4 rows and 3 columns. So so this is my original array. Okay. So when I'm using arrange, so np.arrange 4. So what it gives me? It gives me it gives me 4 first. It's merging 0 format. Okay, just a minute. Those columns. Dot arrange. Okay. So it is just merging your first B and A. So can you see merging the
Yes.
B and A?
Yes.
NP A of np dot arrange 4 comma B means
Okay.
yeah. So the first one is the format. You are passing the n rows. So the rows will be it's merging. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So it's merging the first element of the B with the first row of the A. Okay. And same way I'm passing A with the list. I'm just the array, A array. I'm just using np dot arrange of 4. comma B. So what it does, it gives me the value 0 to 0, 1.
Okay.
So 0 to 0, 1 is the first.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me only the first row of your B, the first array.
Okay.
Okay. I think this is not much used, but you can like to alter or to modify both at a time, both the arrays at a time, you can use this. Okay.
Okay.
So that is the use of this. So for example, you can see here, I want to update the value with 10. So each of the array, the B array, I'm updating the value with 10. So can you see this example? The original array is this.
Yes.
And I added with what? With plus 10. Added plus 10, added 10 to each element of the original array, and then when I'm printing the value, it's giving me this. Okay, so this is to just modify the element of each of the array. I can use this function called arange. Arange is nothing but specifically like I want to either add some value, extra value to the array, or do some, even I can use minus, I think. So minus, subtraction, anything I can use, any operators.
Okay.
See? It might just subtracted the value with 10. Do you
Okay.
So I
Yes.
can just use multiplication as well. So to alter your current original array, I can use this arange. Okay, arange of whatever the specification of number. This is 4 means, I think it's 4 rows. 4 rows. I'm just using for 4 rows. The 4 rows. Okay, that's what it means. So next one. I was just telling you something last class, how to use a help function, right? Do you
Yes.
So I can give anything like this help within the single quotes. You specify what you want to know more.
That's helpful.
Yeah, so what you're looking for. So say for example, list, I given list. So it retrieves me what are the functions, what are the methods it is defined, like what methods I can use to manipulate the value, or what methods inside the methods, arguments I can pass. Okay, so what are the functions I can use? I think last time I told you list like can be used with extend, index, insert, right? I showed you some of the examples. So it shows me all those functions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are the methods, default methods you have, and how you can use it? That's the use of help function. Okay.
The date and time. You gave me part of the assignment. So I use the date and time. Yes. Said I should use the help to format. Yeah.
So you used it?
I did.
Oh, okay, that's good. Okay, next one is about shape. How to use shape and size. So we saw in slides how to use shape and size, right? So I have an array here with a single dimension. X is a single dimension array with 5 elements, and Y is a triple dimension array. It's a 3-dimension array with 4 columns. So what is the shape? How can I use the shape and size for that? Okay, so the shape and size. For the first one, it's 5 comma, right? So it's having 5 elements. So it shows me the shape is 5 comma is the shape of the first array. The same
like
way.
5 rows.
Yeah, 5 columns. The shape is 5 comma, actually 1. It is like a one row and 5 elements like that.
Okay.
And here it is showing 3 rows and 4 columns. Okay, 3 comma 4.
Okay.
And size of the first array is 5, and size of the second array is 12. It's 3 multiplied by 4. Okay. So same way I can use n dimension as well for the. So what is the n dimension? It gives me the dimension, right? So you can see
Yes.
the dimension of the first array is single, this one dimension. So it's giving me 1. So the second array dimension is 2. So it gives me 2, right? The maximum value, I can use max and min function for the array, numpy, using numpy. So maximum value, what is the maximum value here in this array? So what is the maximum? The maximum is the first one. What is the maximum of the array?
12, 20, 32.
32, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it gives me 32. The same way, the minimum value in the array is 1, right?
Yes. Yes.
So you can use the minimum and maximum function for knowing the maximum and minimum value in the array. Okay. Same way, you can use some more other function like sort. Okay. Sort.
Okay.
It can sort either in ascending order or descending order.
Descending order.
Okay. So this is little bit, you have to mention whether the axis is 0 or y axis, something like that. So 0 means, I think it is x axis. Let's see how it means. This is minimum value. And even you can, you want to know the argument, where is the particular argument of the minimum value is stored, right? So I can use, see the what is y here? The y is the second array, right? The second array which is having 3 cross 4. So 3 rows with the 4 columns.
Okay.
So indices of minimum value in the array. So the whole array, what is the minimum value?
It's 12.
Yeah, it's 0. Y argument. Y.
But in that Y array, it shows that there's is more than 3. Other ones are 3. Why the other one is 4? The first one is 4 rows.
This one here, this one, right? You're asking.
No, up.
This one?
No, go up.
What is this thing? The statement you're talking about, Rini?
18.
Here. This one?
Yeah, it shows that, yeah, the Y array, the set of details there on the list. The first one shows as we have, okay, it is actually 4 because it's 2 digits. I thought the first one was 4 and the other ones was 3. Okay, it's okay. It's 4.
Yeah, correct. 4. Yeah, it's 4. So this one, right? This is a little bit tricky actually. So the print Y, when I'm printing the Y, this is experiment array. So the Y, what is it printing? Printing this array. Yeah. So then indices of minimum value in the array. The indices. So the indices of the minimum value. Let me print the value. Print y. I printed right. Indices is 4. Maybe it's the indices means it's an index. The maximum the 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So it's a 4 column, 4 rows, right? 4 column. So it's giving me that maximum, that value. Indices of minimum value is what is the column, the maximum, the column you can have, like the dimension of the 3 cross 4, right? Our dimension of the array is 3 cross 4. So 4 is the our argument min. So this is when I'm printing, it's giving the indices of minimum value in the array is 4. That is the 4 column. 4 column, it is storing 4 column elements. Yeah. So sorted array, sorted, I can sort the array in ascending order. Okay. Sort the array in descending order, but this is not a proper way of descending, right? It should be descending means it should be 1, then 9, 10, 32, 20, 32. It should be like that, right? That is ascending. So 20, 32, 20, 10,
20,
9, 1.
10, 9, and 1.
Yeah, so it's not printing the correct one.
Yeah, it's not arranged.
Yeah. Okay, this one I will tell you this in the next class. Okay, these two things
Okay.
is not proper way of doing it. Okay, and then
Okay.
we talk about transposing, and transposing is nothing but like, okay, that's it. So we talked about almost all the for the first slides we talked about, right? So this thing, we
Yes.
shape, size, and D type. We talked about these slides.
Okay.
So next we have to go for the basic operators. So this one we talk about next class. Okay, this is little bit just little small things.
Yeah, I have a question. So this numpy.
Tell me.
Yes, the numpy, it's still the same. Is it like a function that you use inside Jupyter, or you have to get another software for it, or it's just the same thing you use any operation you are carrying out? Just want to understand the difference, numpy and the Jupyter notebook.
Okay, see, for example, okay, I'll tell you what is the thing. I'll tell you the difference between what everything. Okay, just give me a moment.
Okay.
Okay. So you can see my screen. I just opened
Yes.
text pad, right? So
Yes.
Jupyter is a IDE. You know what is the meaning of IDE?
Yes.
What it is?
It's
It's an integrated development environment, right?
integrated development environment.
So what is this? It's used by most of the developer, right? So the developer, for example, for data analysts, so use this. So for executing their program, which is, it provides you Python, inbuilt Python. All libraries will be provided by Jupyter itself. Okay, the function already, everything is built in. The Python is already built in inside your Jupyter. All libraries. That's why you can run Python in this, right?
Okay. Yes.
Otherwise, it's very difficult. Like Anaconda is what is Anaconda? Anaconda contains It's a container, something like that. Anaconda is a platform or a container, okay, which holds many of your IDE. So you saw some of the examples, like you can see I opened run menu. The menu start,
Yes.
right? So when I
Yes.
run Anaconda, I'm running Anaconda now. You can see, you can view the black screen coming up, right?
Yes. Yes.
So this one here, Anaconda Navigator. When I open Anaconda Navigator, it provides me set of IDEs to work with. So it can be Spider, it can be your Jupyter notebook or some other thing. It gives me sets of some different kind of environment where you can work with Python. The Python you can work either in Spider. So did you just explore Spider, opening Spider and saw how it worked, how it was?
No, I've not opened it yet.
Okay, no, but I'm just giving you, like, it contains a set of like IDEs. You can use anything for running your Python code.
Okay. Okay.
So when you open Anaconda Navigator, it gives me some sets of platform to work. See, this is Jupyter, how it works.
Okay.
You can see the Jupyter. Yeah. So Jupyter is also a good IDE to work with, because it is very useful. Like when I give print, and then it gives me there itself what are the things I can type, right?
Okay.
This is very useful when you are doing some web application, when I'm application programming. But for data analysts, since Jupyter we use because for data visualization, for pandas, when we want to use pandas and plottings, like visualization and creating data model, anything, I can use Jupyter. So Jupyter gives me a very good data visualization graph
Okay.
compared to this one. Okay, so that's why we use Jupyter,
Okay.
not Spider.
Okay.
Spider is more for web development, web developers. Okay,
Okay.
but still you can try those things as well. You can try everything and see how it works. See, this is Anaconda Navigator. So it provides me lot of extensions, right? I can work in any of this. For R programming also I can use this, but I need to install these sets. So, but
Okay.
only I can launch without installing all this. Okay, Jupyter Lab, Jupyter Notebook, PowerShell prompt, Qt console, Spider. All these are free. You can, but extra you have to install means that all this extra Orange 3, RStudio, and GlueViz. So these are extra things you can do with Anaconda Navigator. So that is the difference. Okay, Jupyter Notebook, it provides built-in Python everything. So for data analysis, it's very easy to use with you can use Jupyter Notebook, and for data visualization as well. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So
Thank you.
that is the use of Jupyter. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, we will see some more examples in the next class, and yeah, we will finish maybe other half an hour it takes for me to finish numpy, and then I need to start pandas, because pandas is very most important topic to be covered. And then I need to start with modeling, hypothesis testing, and then handling missing data, outliers, how to handle outliers, how to read the data sets for different files, how to describe descriptive statistics, and then hypothesis testing. In hypothesis testing, there are a lot of other testing I need to do. Okay, ANOVA and chi-square. At least I need to give one example so that you can understand easily. So it takes maybe other 5 hours for me to complete Python. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'll update as well some of the assignments tomorrow.
Okay.
I think I added 2 more assignments for you. So
Yes.
you were asking me what are the assignment 1, assignment 2, right? So
Yeah, the one with the GDP.
I already
But I didn't see
updated that.
that.
Yeah, correct. So I already updated that file in the Word document. So the data set, what you need to use is country GDP data set and one more data set for Olympic medal. So there are 2 data sets I already added in the data set folder. You saw, right? You saw those data sets?
Yeah, let me quickly check. Maybe it's has not updated
I
on
can
my.
show you. I can show you in the Google Drive. Yeah. So these are the data sets I already added. So it's shared with you,
Okay.
right? See, it's shared. It's already shared with you. I can see here, it's
Okay.
shared, right?
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. So there are assignment 1. The assignment 1, I updated some of the things.
Yes.
Okay. So the assignment 1 and assignment 2. Okay. You can use the data set.
Okay.
So this one you can do once we complete our numpy. Okay.
Okay.
Numpy topic, you can start doing this assignment. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's it for today. And if you have any doubt, you just let me know in the assignment. Tomorrow I can, or whenever I see your mail, I can check and respond to you. Okay?
Okay.